Hello everyone, Leroy Eichelberger here, your Center to Plate Specialist for Saddle Food Service. Today we will be processing a beef tenderloin that is part of our off, all goes, or Steak Plus program. We will show a unique way to be able to bring this product into your restaurant and have a 100% usable product. I'll begin by trimming all the connective tissue and exterior fat off of the muscle, removing the side muscle or the chain to expose a completely clean tenderloin. As you can see, sometimes the trim can be quite extensive, and removing the side muscle as you can see is quite a bit of waste. We'll weigh all the waste up at the end. I'll now remove the silver skin or the silk. This can sometimes be a very tedious job in the kitchen. It's very important to have an extremely sharp knife. Everyone knows with the cost of tenderloins, every single ounce that you trim off goes towards the bottom line portion cost. So now flip the tenderloin over to expose the belly and start peeling the belly fat. The amount of trim per tenderloin can vary depending on the time of year. In the fall and the cooler months, animals eat more, so they pack on more fat. Trim the tail out. As you can see, the trim's really starting to pile up. So a little bit more connective tissue from the head of the tenderloin here. Very important to get the silver skin off. Unlike soft fat or connective tissue that may render or melt on the grill, silver skin will not. It will only become very tough and very rubbery, basically inedible. The belly or the bottom looks like it will pretty good. Back over, do a quick check, move a little bit more here. So now, what we have left so far is a completely clean tenderloin or steak-ready tender. A lot of folks will buy them this way just to eliminate the labor and the loss of the trim, which you can see is that's probably 2.5 to 3 pounds of waste, basically. So the product is available to purchase this way as well. But what we're going to do is further process it, break it down into steaks and tenderloin tips. I'll start by removing the wing. This will go into tenderloin tips. Tenderloin tips is a great product to use for steak salads, skewers, many different kind of appetizers. It's a very tender product, obviously. I'll remove the lobe or the ear. Move this to the side. This particular part of the muscle also is a great part of the muscle. By removing the lobe from the main portion of the tenderloin, exposing the little bit of connective tissue or silver skin, I'm able to dig this out, in essence making this a completely cleaned muscle. We'll take a small tip off of the end and process this. This particular lobe is big enough to process 2 8-ounce steaks out of it. There is one 8-ounce. And another 8-ounce and another piece of tip. So we'll pile these up here in the front. We'll continue processing by removing the front tip or portion of the tender. Goes into the tips. Depending on the restaurant and the size of fillets that they have on their menu, some chefs may choose to start out with smaller fillets in the beginning portion and the end portion of the loin. We're going to process all 8 ounces, but they'll have the availability to do so as they go through. The typical yield on this particular cut of tenderloin is going to average about 65%. The loss, again, will vary per loin. Sometimes you'll have 2 pounds of trim, other times you'll have upwards of 3 pounds of trim. So as I get one more out of the tail of the loin here, the rest of this product goes into tenderloin tips. And the idea or the goal of this particular product that we're showing is to turn this into 100% usable product. So what we mean by that is we're going to take this trim and we're going to weigh it. And this would typically be something that would be thrown away or rendered into a stock or for some sort of application later on in the kitchen. However, it is the raw material cost of the tenderloin, so it's very expensive. This weighs 2.7 pounds. So again, typically this would go in the trash. What we're going to do is we're going to replace the 2.7 pounds of waste with 2.7 pounds of tenderloin tips. So in essence, what you will receive in your box, your steaks will be individually cryovac. Your tenderloin tips will be also cryovac in one package. So now you have 100% usable product coming in the door, which will lower your portion cost and allow you to capture as much profit as you can out of the loin.